What's up guys, Nyph here, fresh out of Anime Expo. Today we've got a little bit of a post-Anime Expo vlog. And today I'm going to be light side Nyph with the white hat. We're taking a break from the black hat. It needs a little bit of a wash after that long weekend. But Anime Expo overall was a really cool and really exhausting experience. Day 0 we showed up, we got to our Airbnb. It was a beautiful little 2-bedroom Airbnb. It had a hot tub. It was really nice. Nice little modern spot. Had to make sure the wife had a chill place to hang out when she wasn't with us at Anime Expo, but we had a really good time at our Airbnb. On day 0, I went and I picked up my tickets from the line at like 7 p.m. and it still took about an hour to get the tickets. It was quite an adventure. It was a lot of fun watching everybody. People watching is always a great time at these events, but some people were already cosplaying, getting into the festive mood. Some people were just out in the area like getting drunk and watching soccer/football, depending on where you're from. But the vibes were pretty good so far. But then we got a good night's rest and we got ready for day 1 of Anime Expo. I personally had a 4-day pass, but I was gifted a 1-day pass from Neverness to Everness with the expectation that I'd go through their booth and check it out and showcase it, I guess. There wasn't anything explicitly said. I wasn't sponsored by them, but it was still like a gift from them, and we also got a little bit of special treatment at the booth. Before we get to the Neverness to Everness booth, we had to get inside of the con, and that was crazy. Getting parking inside the con took so long. It took 45 minutes to an hour to actually find parking because we were driving ourselves on that day, and that was not a lot of fun. By the time we actually found public parking, because the convention's parking was already packed, we had to pay $80 for a day's worth of parking. So that was not a great experience, but it's what we had to do. But I definitely learned my lesson and applied that in day 2 and 3. But yeah, we finally made it to the convention. We finally got parking, and it's me, Mrs. Nyph, and Nyph Jr. on day 1. Me, my wife, and my 4-year-old. So I thought today was going to be a bit of a journey, and it certainly was. First things first, we headed up to the Neverness to Everness booth. It was really cool seeing these exhibits, these booths, and everything that they put into them. These games are paying to be at the expo, and then on top of that, they're paying to set up these booths, and they look pretty crazy. On day 1, the Neverness to Everness booth featured a Hattori and Chaos cosplayer, as well as a Mint and a Shinku cosplayer. They had the Shinku car lined up. It was looking pretty sweet. They also had these little missions that you go through. You're given a piece of paper that you get stamps on as you go through the booth. You get to try out the game. They make sure that you're following their social media accounts and you take pictures with the cosplayers. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to post a tweet or a social media post and tag them. And then you earn all these stamps, and at the end of it, you get to spin a wheel and get some rewards. I'll be showcasing the little trinkets and stuff that they're handing out during the unboxing phase of this video. But yeah, seeing the cosplayers, seeing these characters come to life in real life was really cool. All the pictures are going to be up on screen, me showing them off. I've posted a couple of them already. But overall, it was pretty cool getting a little bit of a special treatment, getting to cut in some lines, and I felt a little special, so that was neat. Overall, the NTE booth was really cool. It was a lot of fun seeing the game that I'm falling in love with in real life. And thank you so much to Neverness to Everness for gifting us a free ticket so my wife was able to join. She was happy to only join for 1 day. After the Neverness to Everness booth, I somehow managed to get in line for the Silver Palace booth, which I absolutely had to do. I was unable to get any good gameplay because I'm not big potatoes yet. I'm not a big creator. I don't have somebody following me around holding my camera for me, and it was not a game that I could record with one hand and play with the other. But playing Silver Palace for the first time was a really cool experience. I'm super excited for Silver Palace. The game looks fantastic. I am super hopeful that they deliver on the aesthetics of the game and it doesn't just become a lifeless open world gacha game. So I'm hoping for the best there. I tried to make some connections, so I'm hoping to get into the beta and get some footage for everybody and talk about the game as soon as I can. But I also got some goodies from them, so that's really neat. But playing the game was a really cool experience. So shout out to my wife for letting me stand in that line. That one took about 45 minutes to get through overall in order to go through, play the game, and get their little reward. I got to take some pictures with the cosplayers, and yeah, I also got entered into a raffle because I had to go take a picture with a statue and come back and show it to them. That was fun. Navigating through Anime Expo though, going from hall to hall, going into the exhibit rooms, it's crazy. There are so many people there. I think there's like 100,000 people there. Don't mind my hair. It's growing quick. We're starting to reach fro mode, but at least I got hair, so I'm not complaining. We're keeping a hat on for the foreseeable future. It's a part of our character now. It's like another limb, so the hat's staying on for now. I'm just out here trying to be gotcha gaming Marshall Mathers, like the jokes have been made. Well, yeah, closing out day one, it was pretty fun just roaming around with my wife and my daughter and just checking things out, feeling out the vibes and seeing how everything is. I was super excited day one because my wife was announcing to me that on day two I could have a solo day and she would hang out with the little one at home and they would play in the hot tub and go out to get coffee and all that fun stuff. So I was super excited and grateful to be able to get a day off for day two, which let's lead into day two, my solo day. Solo day was an experience. I was a little bit nervous going into it because I'd made some connections with some other creators. Styx, the big dude in the gacha scene, was organizing a lot of things. I don't really want to go into too much about who I hung out with and be name dropping people or whatever, because like I don't know who's okay with what being said. So I don't really want to get too much into that. But huge shout out to Styx for organizing all that and for looking out for little creators. I think that that is really cool of him. And yeah, I just greatly appreciate that. So shout out to Styx for organizing everything. Shout out to my wife for giving me a day off when I had told her like she'll be the one getting all the days off and I'll take the little one to the con with me. So I felt really, really blessed to have that experience and to be able to experience this from a little bit of a different outlook rather than cosplaying dad for the weekend and hanging out with my kid and watching her run around and touch everything and want to buy everything. Like, she's worse than I was in terms of buying stuff, that's for sure. But for solo day, I was pretty focused on going through booths and exhibits that I wasn't able to in day one, and then trying to network with the people who run those, the people who could give me access to things that I don't have access to in terms of betas and whatnot. I'm not really out here looking for sponsors at 2K subs, like give me money so I could cover your game. Like I'm not there yet, but one day they'll pay for my trip. That's the goal. Like pay me to do cool things and so I can afford to do it, because this was an expensive trip. Not only did Anime Expo require people to travel to LA, where LA is already crazy expensive, we paid $11 for a cup of coffee. It wasn't black coffee, but like an $11 cup of coffee is crazy. But yeah, an Airbnb during the World Cup, during 4th of July weekend, it adds up. We were driving, which was fortunate. A lot of people flew out. A lot of people flew from overseas to be here. So I can't complain too much. Hotels were expensive, but I figured we needed an Airbnb, so that's what we stayed in. But yeah, solo day one. I got there, I'm hanging out, I'm trying to figure out what to do. I made my way up to the Mirasi booth. Mirasi, I don't know if I'm saying that right. That game is a Gooner game through and through. I've got some footage of that. We're going to do an independent video on that, but it was a really cool experience. Shout out to Daniel at the booth for hooking it up and making the experience very seamless. We'll talk more about that in its own video in the next few days. That game looks potentially really cool though. It's got the art director who previously worked on Nyph, so you could kind of assume what direction the game is headed in, but the gameplay was actually pretty fun, so we'll be covering that in its own video. I've actually got gameplay for that game, so look forward to that. After my time at the Mirasi booth, I was making my way from point A to point B and I almost got in a fight with a dude. He shoved me after walking into some of my stuff, and so long story short, I just did a 180 and like ran from that situation. I wasn't trying to get into a brawl at Anime Expo. That would be cringe, but yeah, that was an experience in of itself. I cooled down from that situation, hung out with some creators, got some really cool advice. We kind of just chilled and took it easy for the rest of the day. I got to see the Punishing Gray Raven booth, which was really cool. Got to hang out with other creators, which was really, really cool. Get some insight into the industry and everything that goes on. We all went out to dinner, had a great time. It was really fun. And I really, really feel fortunate that I got to experience this. That about wraps up day two though, without getting into all the nitty gritty details that I'm not sure what I'm allowed to talk about, but day three can be summed up in pretty much one word: expensive. So day three, it's just me and my daughter. Day two and day three, we learned our lesson. We weren't dealing with public parking or trying to get into the conventions parking. So we took public transit because I'm an adult and I can learn how to do that. So I figured out how to do that in LA. It was actually a really smooth and seamless experience. Took a little bit longer than driving there and getting parking, but just a little bit, not that much. And it costed $2 to get on the bus and get there. It was way cheaper than $80 for parking. So I learned my lesson and took advantage of that. And it was way smoother on day two and day three. But yeah, day three was expensive because it's me and my toddler exploring. I mean, is she really a toddler? She's almost 4, but me and a preschooler exploring, she is seeing all of this pretty stuff. She wants to buy everything. It's also merch day for me to be able to go and buy things that I want to buy, so it was an expensive day, but it was a fun day, and we had a good time together. I let her run around. She got in a picture with a bunch of Amyths. I'm pretty sure people say her name differently, but I say Amyth. But yeah, we had a grand time together. We had lunch. We got $37 for some chicken nuggets, fries, and soda. We also got a little thing of red vine. So yeah, that breaks the bank to $37. Fortunately though, we did get a meal voucher from the Miracy booth for working with them, and that knocked off $30 off of the bill. So shout out to Miracy for providing that for us. Again, not a sponsorship, but they did give us a little bit of goodies, which puts them in my good graces. But yeah, we just explored, we got some goods, and we had a good time together. So now it is time for me to show off the things that I got from Anime Expo. Starting with this cute shirt. I got this shirt. I got the shirt and a print from a company called Fish without an I, FSH. You could go to fshstuff.com if you want to check out their stuff. They got a pretty cool art style. It was a smaller booth and I checked it out and I decided to pop through, get a shirt and a print. So this is the shirt that I got and this is the print that I got. It'll be going up on the wall at the new house once we get moved and everything. I thought that it was pretty cool. I like the color scheme. I like the shirt. So we walked out with that. There was another shop selling their prints. We got to get posters for the new location. We got this really sweet one-piece print. There's a lot going on in it, but the whole gang's here. Nami's got some tangerines on her butt. Looks like some over easy eggs. But I like this print, so I got this one. I really like this Neon Genesis Evangelion print. I had to show that I know ball, that I'm an old head. So I got the Neon Genesis print of them at a bookstore. I dug the vibe of this one, so I got this one too. Last but not least, we've been catching up on Honkai Star Rail cinematics. And so I do love Honkai Star Rail, so I had to get this print. It's got them all gaming. Silver Wolf kicking some ass in there. March 7th, Don Hang, the whole gang. But they're gaming it up, and I love this print, so I had to get this one while I was at it. We had to hit up the Gooner booth, the Gamer Subs booth, to get some caffeine without sugar in it. I'm trying to quit the energy drinks because of all the sugar, so of course, I'm sipping on some J Schlatt's titty milk. We got the Anime Expo exclusive shaker. It's getting me woken up this morning. Not sponsored yet, but one day. I do like this one though. I like the mouthfeel of Gamer Subs a little bit more than G Fuel personally. I think that it's good stuff. So, recommend. We also got the Blowhole Blast. I like this one. I've had it before, so I had to get some more. They also gave us this little acrylic stand of Shy Lily, so that's cool. Gonna have to keep that hidden. As well as a pack of stickers. Here's the stickers. We got a girl playing baseball. Got some sexy ninja girl. We got the holographic artist girl. And cute girl with a heart. And cat girl. The Miracy booth was handing these guys out. I'm going to show this off real quick. But this is a sweet merch item that you get just for going through their exhibit. But yeah, I don't think I'll be wearing this out in public. But I'll wear it for my Miracy video. Pretty cool. Light. Flowy. I saw all the dudes walking around wearing this and I was like, where'd they get that? And once I went through the Miracy booth, I was like, I need one of those. So I got one of those. It was pretty cool. We got an Iron Mouse t-shirt, which came with this really cute tote bag. Totally going to use that when shopping at the grocery store. But the Iron Mouse shirt just got a giant one of those for wearing at home. It supports the foundation that does all the research for the immunodeficiency stuff, and love that they actually do stuff that supports the causes that they are passionate about or that they are impacted by. So cool stuff there. While we were there, they were selling this little Freyrin plush keychain. It was cute, so I got it. Got a little Freyrin. The Miracy booth also had this crazy little walking thing. I saw Gotcha Sticks on it doing his little strut. You were supposed to strut while the character on the screen was doing their thing. I'll probably put some of my footage right here, but it's cringe, so it is what it is. But in doing so, they gave you this. They know what the gamers want. They want some feet. But wow. These are cooling feet pads in some sexy packaging. So yeah, that's a thing. I don't know what to say about that. Neverness to Everness's booth hooked it up. We've got the Lacrimosa acrylic stand. We've got the Mint acrylic stand. And we've got a Nonally acrylic stand. Some of the gang is here from Neverness to Everness. Some little acrylics. No figures. I would have scooped up a figure. I would have paid some good bucks for a figure, but maybe in the future. Then I got a bit of a weird purchase for myself. I've been having a little bit of a musical itch, so I bought an ocarina. I don't know why. I read that they're relatively easy to pick up. I've been wanting something mechanical to do, I guess, like mechanical / musical. I wanted to pick up the saxophone because I played that in the 5th and 6th grade, but saxophone's expensive. This wasn't super cheap, but it was really cool, and I thought it'd be fun to pick up and play. If I could learn the Legend of Zelda songs, then I'll feel pretty satisfied with that. So check back in the future to see if I actually learned to do anything on that. Now, a big cool thing about these exhibits is the big old bags that they give us. The Silver Palace bag is sick. Like, I feel like you could almost cut the bag apart and make posters out of them, and I think that that's really neat. But yeah, we got a bunch of bags. Like, bags were just coming out the wazoo. This one here is pretty dope. The Otaku Collectives. Pretty cool bag. We got a fan from Silver Palace. We didn't open that up. I don't know what we're going to do with that. It'll probably end up going to my daughter and she'll play with it. Really cool piece from Silver Palace though. We've got the little art board. Another solid little art board before the game's out. It has both of the detectives on it and it is really shiny and cool. They also gave us this top secret personnel dossier file. It's just got a bunch of information about the characters and some art in it. I could show that off in its own individual video. I could probably find some gameplay to talk about the game and my experience with it, but we'll see if we do that. And then of course we've got the giant mint face on the Neverness to Everness back. Again, we could just turn that into a poster. Put that on the wall. But yeah, the bags were cool. For some reason I was geeking out over bags, so I didn't have to carry stuff or put it in the stroller, but that was a fun experience. But a pretty big surprise walking out of Anime Expo with no figures. Go figure. I don't know. I've got a lot of figures. I'm not really like, I wasn't shocked. There were like 1 or 2 things in specific that I had my eyes out for, but I didn't find. And shopping, I just got some art and stuff to help soup up my room once we move. As you can see behind me, everything's a little bit unorganized, but it was a really good time. And yeah, I'm tired. I barely made it through, but I'm here. I'm back. Got to get caught up on some Neverness to Everness content. I've got some more React content coming soon. We're figuring out who we are as a creator, everything I want to cover. I'm going to cover the things I like and I hope you stick around for it. If you enjoyed this video and seeing what I was up to at Anime Expo, a like would be greatly appreciated. And a subscription would be awesome if you want to follow along on my journey to catch up to the big dogs. We're going to cover some more gacha stuff. We're going to catch up on some Neverness to Everness content. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.